One more game left, and this Raptors season will officially go bye-bye. And a lot of people are happy that this Raptors season is about to end because it has been a very frustrating, disappointing season for the Raptors. They will not be going to the play-in. They will not be going to the playoffs. And they have one game remaining on Sunday, 1 o'clock start time against the Heat. And then the Raptors will be done until next season. They lose to the Miami Heat, but look, guys, the Raptors, they did what they needed to do in terms of securing the 6th worst record in the NBA, and that the Raptors have done. Before we continue, guys, do me a solid, hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more over here on the Raptors Nation YouTube channel. Yes, the Raptors have officially locked in the 6th worst record in the NBA. They needed one more loss or a Grizzlies win. Raptors, they took it upon themselves to control their fate. They lose this game, and they did lose this game handedly as the Miami Heat. This was a very important game for them. They never trailed. They built an 11-point lead after one quarter. They stretched it to 19. They led 66-50 at the half, and they just applied the pressure. They remained on top of this one, and the Heat get a much-needed win as there's still so much to be decided in the Eastern Conference standings, guys, in terms of seeding. This thing's going to come down to the final day because Orlando, Indiana, Philly, and Miami will finish number 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the East in some order. We don't know that order yet, as the Magic, Pacers, Sixers are 46 and 35. The Heat are 45 and 36, but they have some tiebreakers going into Sunday's finale. So we're going to find out which teams are in the play-in and which teams are in the playoffs. And that's important for the Raptors because Indiana, remember, the Raptors have the Indiana Pacers first round pick. And if Indiana falls into the play-in, there's a chance they miss the playoffs outright. And if that were to happen, the Raptors would have a lottery pick via the Pacers pick. So the Raptors could then potentially have 2 lottery picks in this upcoming draft. Their own, if they keep their top 6 protected pick, and the Indiana Pacers. That's if the Pacers fall into the play-in and then don't end up making the playoffs. It would take a lot of luck on that front for the Pacers to just collapse and not make the playoffs as any seed. So you look at this one, guys, the Raptors, they do what they needed to do in terms of ensuring they do have the 6th worst record. We'll get to the draft odds in just a second here, but in terms of this game, Jovic, he had 22. Jaime Jaquez Jr. had 20. And like I said, Miami, they needed to win this game. Very important for them. Adebayo had 19. Hero had 18. But you look at the Raptors, guys, who really stood out to me as a piece that is a part of this core and a guy who Raptors fans hope continue to get better. And that is RJ Barrett. He had 35 points and a season high 11 rebounds for the Raptors. Emmanuel quickly had 15. Bruce Brown had 14. Kelly Olynyk had 11 rebounds. But you look at RJ Barrett, guys, his play really stood out to me. And I just hope he can continue to get better. He's going to have a full off season with this Raptors team. I love how he's been able to be aggressive, get to the rim. He's been very efficient, very consistent with this Toronto team. And I'm just excited to see what a full season of RJ Barrett quickly and Scotty Barnes can accomplish together. So that is the silver lining here. Every night it seems like we're seeing something. You know, the last couple of nights it was quickly. Tonight it's Barrett. Obviously, we've seen Scotty Barnes take the leap that he has, becoming an all-star. So for a Raptors team, this is going to be a very bad season for them, but there is some light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to take some work. There's going to have to be a lot of changes this offseason for the Raptors to right the ship here, but at least it looks like the Raptors do have the right pieces in place in terms of the core that they want to usher in this new era with. So the Raptors, guys, they have ensured with this loss that they will finish their season with the 5th worst mark in franchise history. And regardless of what happens on Sunday, win or lose against Miami, this is going to be the worst Raptors season since scoring 22 and 60 in 2010-11. So the Raptors haven't been this bad in a very long time. The fans have not known what this feels like because the Raptors have been good for so many years. But this year, obviously, we know what happened between, you know, the change of direction, the trades, the injuries. The season just unraveled. And the Raptors, they find themselves just one more game away from putting the season officially to rest. So going back to the Raptors' chances, just want to touch on this a little bit more as we close out this post game. Definitely going to have more coverage on the Raptors draft, their chances, all that. But like I said, the Raptors are locked into the 6th worst record with this loss. they're going to have a 45.8% chance at keeping their pick, a 37.2% chance of moving into the top 4, and a 9% chance at landing the number 1 pick. Now, if the pick falls outside of the top 6, which has a 54.2% chance of happening, that pick will go to the San Antonio Spurs via the Jakob Poeltl trade. Now, if the Spurs don't get the Raptors pick for this upcoming draft, it will roll over to 2025 with the same top 6 protection rules, and then again to 2026. And if it still hasn't conveyed, then it would become 2 second-rounders in 2027. So I don't think the Raptors are going to be a bottom 6 team for the next 2 seasons, although that's something I'm hoping doesn't happen. You never know. Eventually the Raptors are going to have to pay up. They would have to pay the least if this thing carries on to 2027. And it would become the 2 second-rounders. So the Raptors guys, they obviously would probably like to keep their pick, especially after the season, the way it's gone on, all the losing. They put themselves in a position where they are going to have about a coin flips chance. There's still a really good chance, better than 50% chance that all this might result in the Raptors still losing their pick. It would be tough in my opinion, just because I think the Raptors need all their picks for this draft. But if that were to happen, it conveys this year that at least the Raptors do not owe San Antonio a pick, and they can move on to 2025, 2026 and beyond with their, picks intact. And remember, they do have the Indiana Pacers pick in 2026 as well. So the Raptors, there's a lot that is going to be determined, and there's going to be a lot of hoping if you are in favor of the Raptors keeping their pick of, draft night, because this thing's going to come down to draft night. If the Raptors are slated into number 6, they keep it. If it falls outside of the top 6, the Spurs get it. And there is a slight possibility, based on the percentages that I just read to you, that the Raptors could even move up, get number 4, or even number 1. And remember, when the Raptors had a bad season, their last bad season minus this one, even though last season was bad, but I'm talking about the season in which got him Scotty Barnes, that draft in 2021, they had number 4. So can history repeat itself? We will find out. But yeah, guys, that is basically it. The Raptors, they do not win this game. They get blown out by Miami, but they did what they needed to do in terms of solidifying, their odds and increasing their odds of keeping their pick in the NBA draft lottery, which will be May. I think May 12th, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll find out in about a month's time if the Raptors are indeed going to keep that pick or not. So that is it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts of this game. Raptors Nation, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And yeah, I will see you all again Sunday, early start time, the final game of this Raptors season, and the final time we'll see this team play until the fall. That is it for me. Thanks so much for watching. It's Lucas signing off. Until next time, stay safe.